Right, hello everyone. Welcome back to the OBF1 channel. This is Tier 2 Round 14. We're here at Belgium tonight. You've got to excuse me if I don't speak much or speak less than I should. I'm currently dealing with a cold or something. It's not very nice, but I'll survive. Just might be a poor stream from me. That's all I'm saying. Let me just get everything sorted in the chat. F1 22. Allow all comments. Right, there's that sorted. And now view in live control room. There's that. Right. So yeah, we're at Belgium today. Last race out was at Hungary. Obviously, it was a very Hungary-esque race last time out. Lots of overtake on the main straight, not much going on elsewhere on the track, which was obviously a little bit disappointing, but not much you could do really. It's Belgium, Hungary, but we're at Belgium today, so different race. Again, a little low on the numbers, a little bit disappointing, but you know, people have lives. So what can you do, huh? So I can tell you the drivers that are missing today. We've got Snitsy, Neil Moser, Jason, Hawkpie, and Kenna, who are missing today.
Vad vinner du ens?
I'm sorry, I don't understand that.
Eller de bay over hyper debt.
I still don't understand that, sorry. But yeah, we are now underway for qualifying. CDM is on a qualifying ban. Let's hope he remembers that he is on a qualifying ban.
Ari pu Swedish.
I am not Swedish, no. I'm Welsh.
Ari pu Swedish.
And only speak English, sorry.
Why?
Because I was born in the UK. What's the track map?
Okay, nice.
So we got James Ney, who
Ha ha ha.
looks like he's the first one out in qualifying. He is. No, he's not. King James is. Sorry. Just coming through a Rouge and Radion. So, who won last time out? Let's have a quick look. Race reports. Well, we got drivers on their out lap. There we go, that's better.
Yeah, but seriously, why are you Welsh?
Because why not? Hungary. So we had Jen Sereno last time. It was of course it would be you, Marcus. I've just seen who commented. Kahibant Sleebog, Marcus. Honestly, the disrespect. So we had Jen Serino, who's currently on his outlap, coming off his first win this season in Tier 2. She's going to be looking
Can't wait to get home and do some practice. Good luck, Tier 2 boys. MOG flexed biceps.
So yeah, Jen Serino's going to look to get his second win. It was a
Lucas
great...
Kimi is hacking. Kick him.
And it was an interesting race last month, obviously. Jen Serino getting the win due to the people in first and second, and also third, running with 3 seconds of time penalties, getting the win as we...
Who's Lucas Kimi?
It's that new guy, Julie Caesar, is currently this guy in the Williams.
I don't know.
He's reserving today. This is his first appearance in OBF1.
Yes.
And we've got to keep an eye out on him. We've given him the chance to race in this league, but obviously whether he gets a seat or not all comes down to how this race goes for him. But I'm missing my time in lap data. Thank you. Yeah, on board with Kim James as he comes through Pouon.
Okay.
Looking like a very good line through Pouon. He wants to keep it nice and tight through there. He does manage to do it. He can go tighter, but he could lose a bit of time trying that based on what his setup is. It's very difficult to find a setup for this track. Obviously set in purple sectors as he is the first one to actually set a lap time for this session. Obviously it's been a very long track. This track is very heavy on the wear for the soft tyres. So in doing a normal paced outlap could be costly to your lap time. As King James is the first one to cross the line with a 1:45, a very, very safe banker lap. James Ney second with a 1:44.7, so that's provisional pole for him. But you got to remember the field's going to get faster and faster as this session goes along. Team Red invalidates Flames. Flames left the session.
Kimi is gonna win.
So I'm not sure what happened. As we've got Invader, anybody? There we go. Flames Assassin is back in the session. Excuse me for a second.
Some are born heroes, some are born just ordinary, then some are just born Welsh.
Upper Cymraeg. As Kimmy, as people are calling him in the chat, has crossed the line. Actually, I'm going to call him Kimmy just because it makes it easier for myself. Crossed the line with a 1:45 again, another safe banker lap. We got Always Grinding coming through to the final into the bus stop chicane now. It's going to be a little bit slow. No, hold on. It could be a good lap here. He could be on pole. No, it's not pole. It's 1:44. It's going for P3 currently for the Alpine. CDM has set a time of the 1:44.8. He is on a quali ban. Interesting. So that is something to note. Marcus, you're gonna have to remind me of that later. Let's just have a look at Mosh. Mosh was looking very confident in the chat earlier. He set a 1:46 at the minute, but is he doing another lap? No. Is the RS lights flashing? Team Red, though, about to cross the line with a 1:45, sorry. Puts his Mercedes up in P4. Invader, his teammate, currently a second down, obviously. I'm assuming he's on his in lap at the minute. Flames Assassin is on his out lap. So we'll stick with Flames Assassin to see what kind of lap he can produce. The championship leader currently sitting on pole position though. Right, so he is about to start his outlap. As he crosses the line now, he's not going to have any traffic. Oh, he's got some traffic coming out of the pit. That could cause a little bit of an issue with him if they don't get out of the way, but they are quite far down and moving slowly, so they should be easy to avoid. And he moves over to the left of the track just to give him the room. How nice. So Flames is revving the hell out of that Red Bull as he just invalidates. Obviously, it's a very difficult corner to get right. Too much throttle, you're going to spin. Not enough throttle, you're going to go too slow through there. And it's very easy to understeer and oversteer in that corner at different points. Have we got anyone currently? We've got a few more drivers on an out lap. And it's going to be interesting now. Obviously, what was the last? We have had to penalise someone for not actually listening to the rules. CDM. It wasn't you last time, but you've done it again. It's going to be interesting to see what kind of penalty is now thrown at CDM. So I'll have to have a look at what the last penalty was. I got a feeling the last penalty was actually a race disqualification, but I can't remember. We'll have to have a look. As we got Genserino on his, I think he's still on his out lap, because that is an extremely slow lap if he isn't on an out lap, with the fish helmet as well to help with his aerodynamics. Yeah, again, excuse my voice, I have got a bit of a cold or something going on. As Genserino now comes to Rouge, heading up there. This is a difficult corner on this game. It is flat out still, but just trying to deal with the bumps on it, it's very difficult. I'm going to turn my volume down a bit so I can't hear myself speak. So far, going through Sector 1, Genserino is down. Currently sitting in P6. He's got the rest of the track to improve his time. He's got a Williams sweeping in the background. Not in the background, right in front of him. That could cost him some time. It was Kimi. So it's going to be interesting to see if he's lost some time due to that. Swerving from Kimi. As he comes through Pouon now. He's going to try and keep his foot as flat as possible. Sometimes you do have to lift. It does help to brake, as James Ney puts himself even further up on pole with a 144.5. Can Genserino break that time on this lap as we stick with him? Coming into Sector 3. He's a purple Sector 2. And he is a 10th up. But at this rate, it is not good enough to improve. Well, he will improve, but it's not good enough for pole. I don't even think it's good enough for the P3 at the minute. Let's have a look as he comes through the bust-up chicane, puts his throttle right back down as he crosses the line with a 144.3, 10s up. He does go P3. I have just eaten a load of words. As we've got always grinding, he's not on a lap, his light is flashing. CDM is diving back into the pits. Who have we got? We got Kimmy, who, is he on a lap? Yeah, because he was weaving about warming his tyres up, so we'll stick on board with the new boy Kimmy as he comes up to the camel straight with his DRS now wide open. Obviously this Williams
Yes, Siren. OBF1 Bahrain 2022 winner here. Looking forward to some action-packed racing this week and some solid comms.
I don't know about the solid comms then. Man's ill. But you've won more than
emoji face with tears of joy.
One more than
Emoji
Bahrain,
face with
didn't it?
tears of joy.
Good comment though. So we got Kimmy now, not taking it very wide through Pouan. So you can go a little bit wider than that. Use as much of the track as possible. You want to get the most out of your lap time around Spa. Obviously it is a very exhausting lap though. It's one of the longest laps on the calendar, 1:45. I think it is the longest, isn't it? Could be wrong. But here we go.
Has anyone found out who this little Jim is yet?
Nope, nobody's found out who Little Jim is yet. I still think it's the guy on the street corner selling some devil's lettuce and stuff like, but nobody knows who he is. As we got Kimmy crossing the line now to set a lap, he is going to set a 1:44. He's
Still
put himself
searching.
on P3. He's in the comments as well. I think he's trying to sell some devil's lettuce to the world. Jesus, Jim, keep it down, man. Always grinding is going into the pits. We got 4 minutes left of qualifying, so we expect to see a lot of drivers on an out lap momentarily, as we've got Invader, who looks to be on a lap in sector 2 at the minute, coming through the unknown corner. That's not his name, but I just don't know the name.
One fish, come on ladies, one fish.
Come on ladies, one pound fish. As Invader sets a purple sector 2, as I missed that because of Jim. Thanks Jim, whoever you are. As he's coming down like the long straight before the bus stop chicane. Brake as late as possible into the chicane is the best here. So we got a car around it, moving slowly. Not around, but Invader with a 1:44.9 only moves himself up to P7. Shows how close the grid. They're all in the 1:44s, apart from the bottom two and Flames Assassin in the 1:43s. That is a flying lap by Flames Assassin. Looks like he's been sweating F122 out all week, just to try and set that time in qualifying when it matters. As we got Kimmy coming down the back straight very slowly. Looks like he's going to be pitting, or he's just trying to save some battery to go again this lap. Invader has invalidated his next lap though, so he's not going to be able to set a lap time now based on what I think the time is. I can't really see it because of the sector 2 and 3 yellow flag warning. James Ney is on an out lap. Where is he? He's just in sector 2. I don't know how long we got left, but we've got a car start. Is that Mosh? That is Mosh, moving pretty slowly. Oh, did Genserino just get in the way of that lap then? Oh, they're both on an out lap, so it's not really a lap that counts, so shouldn't be too much of an issue. But James trying to get that pole position back off Flames. Is he going to be able to do it? We'll find out soon. But Invader still invalid as he comes around the bus stop chicane. Is he going to go again or into the pits? It's into the pits he goes. God, my throat hurts. Too much sheep action this week. Woo. So we got James Ney, who is about to set
Why
his
is
lap.
James in this race? He is Tier 1.
James is still Tier 2. He hasn't retired yet. Looking to take his position in Tier 1 if he does not retire like he said he will. It'd be a shame if he does. But we've got to keep an eye on James as he is looking to improve his lap time. He wants to go back on pole. Obviously, Flames Assassin currently sitting on pole, nearly a second gap. And you're saying James is supposed to be Tier 1. Look at Flames with the 143.4 in the pits currently. Knows he might not have to go out again. He doesn't have time to go out if he wanted to anyway. But James Nate is looking to improve his time as he's going to come to the line shortly. Just coming through Sector 2. Is he going to take a nice line now through Puon on the curves? Maximise corner exit. Lucky not to validate. Very easy to do through Puon.
Flames back to Tier 1. Emoji eyes, emoji face with tears of joy.
I mean, it might have to happen. Obviously, looking at this pace, he's currently sitting on pole with a second gap. James is improving though as he comes into Sector 3. He's only 3/10 up. Team Red, DNF in. Not sure where that was. Oh, it's coming through a Rouge. Looks like he's had an accident through a Rouge.
Emoji man shrugging, medium light skin tone. Emoji man shrugging, medium light skin tone. Emoji man shrugging, medium light skin tone.
As James now crosses the line with a 144 flat nearly. It's not good enough for pole position. I think that shows something. I've just realised how racist PlayStation is. Why's they gotta mention the skin tone of the emoji? Like, what's up with that? Why is that? Well, we got always grinding. Just enter Sector 3.
Emoji man shrugging, dark skin tone.
See? What's up with that? Yep, we've got always grinding and coming to the bus stop chicane on his last chance to go higher up in the field to the starting order. As something is dropped behind me. CDM has retired from the session, obviously not going to go faster, but always grinding, puts himself in P3. Second row of the grid for the race start. So that will be the starting order for the race. We got Flames Assassin with an astonishing lap to finish P1 in qualifying. P2 was James Ney, always grinding, starting P3. Team Red P4, Kimmy P5, CDM P6, Gensarino P7, Invader P8, King James P9, and then we got Mosh finishing off the field in P10. Always grinding with a 5 grid place penalty though, so it's going to be Invader starting P3. I'm not sure what happened there, but there's obviously been an incident. I haven't seen that in a league race for a while, well, for a long time. So it's going to be interesting to see how that happened, why it happened, and whether he's going to be able to come back from it. So we will be underway for the race shortly. Right, so we are now underway for the formation lap. Everyone set their strategies and their fuel levels. Nobody opted for the soft tyres for once. That makes a change. Obviously we got Flames Assassin starting on the hards. He's going to be slower at the gates than their medium runners like James Ney, Team Red and Kimmy. But it could help in the long run, going long.
With the drivers and teams making their final preparations.
Just trying to sort something out in the Discord a second. Sorry about this. Right, let's go. So obviously we are now going to get underway. We have the first couple of lights on. We've now got 5. And it's going to be a delay again. Knew it, but we are away. James looks like he's getting a great start off the line, but is it good enough? Team Red got a brilliant start right up the back of the gearbox of that. Oh, Flames was going wide, and that's contact. That's a shambles as for starters. An Alfa Romeo. There's a big crash here at Spa, and that's a lot of drivers in the background. There's King James out of the race already. CDM with wing damage. Flames all the way back down to 8th. Genserino down to P7. And that's
damn glad in the way.
Yeah, I'm not surprised then. That was a massive incident. And that's going to be a safety car on the first lap. We've got Mosh with a 5-second time penalty for ignoring yellow flags. Mosh without a wing as well. A lot of these drivers, that's always grinding though, survived that and is currently leading the race. That was an insane crash. Wow. And I think that all started from Flames Assassin just running wide in turn 1. That is going to be a massive incident. All these cars bunching up and a lot of overtakes. Why are people overtaking under safety car? That shouldn't be happening. Or is it just my timing screen messing up? I'm not sure. But we got a lot of penalties as well given out on the first lap. Wow. What a start to this race. Mosh with 5, Kimmy with 5. I think one was 2 illegal overtakes, but always grinding with the fastest lap. Look at that, 2 minutes 3 on a flying lap. Because we got most of the field. You think with less cars there'd be less accidents, but this first lap incident was massive. It's honestly it's a shame to see us. We've lost Kimmy coming. Where's that? I don't know. You can't see his car. It's on the left-hand side, and he's lost it coming through Redalion. So that is Kimmy out of the race as well. So we've lost 2 drivers. Every driver's going to score points anyway, apart from the ones that did not finish. It's a tough race for these guys. We're only 2 laps in. We've got a safety car. That was pretty shocking. Sen has just said, he said ages ago he's glad he was away. Not surprised after that start. But I think always grinding is going to be loving this. Obviously he's catching up to the safety car. We don't even have the safety car on the map. Where's the safety car? Where is the safety car? There was no safety car. I guess it was a VSC. Thanks for telling me, game. Appreciate that. Love you. But Jen Serino, we are in the green flag racing, as we got Jen Serino right on the back of Flames. Invader opted for the soft tyres. Not a bad choice considering he's going to go onto the hards later on. CDM in the pit again. Strange early pit stop. Tyres aren't going to go from the end if you go for the medium or the soft, so not sure what his angle is pitting now. But we got James Nate right at the back of Jen Serino, who is not far away from Flames Assassin as they all pass CDM as he's pitting. Could only assume it was for a new wing again, but I'm not really sure. But Always Grinding with a 10-second lead at the minute. Always Grinding is absolutely loving this race right now. Invader 20 seconds behind Team Red, and he's got the rest of the field right behind him, who are running the tyres where they can go longer on this stint.
I think CDM should have stayed out if he has no damage.
I think CDM should have stayed out as well. I'm not sure why he's pitted. That's put him 15 seconds back from the rest of the field. His medium tyres are going to be shot to the end. I don't even think they will make it to the end. So I'm not really sure what was going on through his head at the time. But I mean, he didn't even serve his quali ban, so he's definitely not thinking straight. But we have got James Nate as we come through Pouan, right on the back of Jen Serino. Obviously championship leader against the previous race winner. Who's going to come out on top in this battle? Obviously Jen Serino winning his first race last time out. Would technically be the underdog in this race, but Always Grinding with a good chance and a good finish position today. The gap is closing, Team Red is catching. I think Always Grinding has made a mistake, because that gap's closing quite a bit. But it's James Ney who's still on the attack, trying to get past Jen Serino. The field after that start has massively separated, so there's not really much to go on. But James Ney with the DRS is trying to make a move. He goes for the outside line into turn 1. Jen Serino got the inside. He just can't make a move past. He's going to try it before a Rouge as they come side by side. Are they going to go side by side? No, Jen Serino just pulls out in front, so he keeps P5 at the minute. But James Ney will have the DRS down the long straight, with CDM chasing right behind as well. CDM really getting right on the gearbox as we come off the camel straight. Around the next corner, Jen Serino taking a wider line, the normal racing line. Obviously these two behind trying to get the best line possible for the most grip. I thought CDM was going to try and make a move, and we got a battle. We got Flames Assassin up to P3. Invader has just been passed. We've missed that, which is unfortunate, but we got a 3-car battle for P5 in the minute. And it could be a 4-car battle for P4 if Invader if they catch up to Invader, who is just a corner away. As CDM has lost it coming through Pouan. He's lost a little bit of wing there. I think that's enough. Has he lost his wing? Not his full wing. No, he hasn't. He's avoided damage this time, but now it's a 2-car battle for P4. P5, sorry. Very ill. As we got James Nate trying to make up so many positions as he's lost them at the restart. Not at the restart, at the turn 1 incident at the start. Let's just have a look at the position changes. Always Grinding up 7 positions on that race start with a 10-second lead. So he's got a fantastic lead at the minute. 30 seconds from Flames Assassin. So if he can keep it consistent, you know, he's got a good chance of coming across that line in the top 3. He could even win it. Obviously Alpine not having the best of luck this season, as we've seen from CDM spinning. But who knows? It just needs to be consistent, as James Ney will go again, coming onto the camel straight with DRS. He's going to go for the inside. Jen Serino defending hard to the right, so that's forcing James Ney to go through the outside. But we'll have the inside for the next corner, and then the outside again. They're going side by side, and James Ney sticking behind. He can't make the move stick. Brilliant defending there from Genserino. As we go again, Genserino just placing that Alfa Romeo where he needs to. You know, the Alfa Romeo is the superior car in this game. Everything about it is just perfect. It was the best car to drive. And that's coming from a McLaren fan, so... James Ney, though, looking at a good line through that corner. Trying to get the best exit to try and make a move on Genserino where possible. He just can't. Can't just make a move stick, though. He's got to keep a cool head, though, if he wants to do it without a collision. Obviously, you don't want to lose patience, because that's when incidents start to happen. But obviously, we know these two drivers are good at that, at keeping a clean head. And they're going to do their best to make a move safely. James Ney looks like he's got a great exit, though. Is it going to be enough? He will have DRS again. Obviously, he's within the second, well within it. He's going to go to the outside for turn 1 again. Is he going to try to switch back on the exit? He does try to switch back, but he just sticks behind Genserino again. Are they going to go through it through a Rouge side by side? James Ney looks like he wants to, but I think Genserino just pulls out of the move there. It's not worth going side by side through there. And Genserino knows that. He knows he's going to have DRS, I think. Yeah, he's got DRS up the camera straight. And Genserino just straight past, as easy as that. With the DRS has helped us. We've got a crash though in sector. We got CDM crashing again. Somehow still got a wing. And that's put Marsh up to P7. But CDM really not having the best of races. And it may not even count if he does finish. But Genserino looking loose on the curb. As James... I thought James was going to try it through Pouan. He doesn't though. CDM with a time penalty for a cut in a corner. Track limits. Obviously CDM's retired. That's unfortunate. I actually don't know if that was intentional or not. I can't exactly tell you. And yeah, just an unusual place. It doesn't bring out the safety car though, so that's all good. We're still sticking on board with this battle for P5, Genserino and James. Oh, there's contact between the two, and that is Genserino almost around. James Ney, is he doing the sportsmanship and letting him give the position back? Hats off to James Ney there. Obviously he caused that incident and he's just given the position back to Genserino. Good sportsmanship. Obviously that's going to cost both of them time now. But it's the right thing to do really, isn't it? I don't think I would have done it, but...
Bravo, James. Very good sportsmanship.
It was, and the battle continues. I think he done it for the viewers. He knew that this was the only battle on track, so I think we give him extra points for that. Give him an even more space in the championship to breathe, you know. Then again, he can afford to do it, can't he? He's leading the championship by quite some margin at the minute. So he can't afford to do it, really. I have a new mention. Let's have a look at the driver standings while this battle's going on. James Ney right on the gearbox through there. But again, not much is happening. James Ney's got 225 points. Kenner with 159, so you could definitely afford to just let Genserino pass and battle him again. As my voice just seems to be getting worse. But that's fine. But you've got to keep an eye on Team Red. He is closing that gap. It is only marginally, but he is closing ever so slightly. Flames Assassin definitely closing that gap. Genserino's run wide, and that is Genserino down in position, and that's going to... Battle stays though, he didn't spin, so straight for the battle. It's unfortunate for Genserino though, running very wide. I was talking about the lead, and that's Genserino past James Ney again on the camel straight. These two finding out lap after lap. It's a great watch. Flames Assassin is closing down Team Red though, and this battling is really slowing these two down, but they're still getting a decent whack of points anyway in P4 and 5. Again, always grinding. Another second loss. Team Red closing in lap after lap. Looks like it's about a second a lap at the minute. As these two... Oh, James Ney's just gone around. Keeps it out of the wall though. That was a great save from James Ney. But that's put Invader up to P5. So that looks like it could be the next battle. Invader v James. But Team Red now back up to a 10-second gap. He's going into the pits. That's why. Going to get off these medium sets and go on the hards to the end. Flames of Assassin opts to stay out as James Ney has already got past Invader. Invader's spun. So it's James Ney past Invader, and he's going to want to close that 5-second gap he's got to Genserino. Might be worth just trying to guess where Genserino's going to pit, and just pit a few laps earlier. And he'll have a good gap to close then. But Team Red is past Flames Assassin. What happened to Team Red? Oh, he pit, didn't he? So that's left Flames Assassin in some open air. It's time now. We're always grinding. We know Flames Assassin after that qualifying session, it is fast around here. So always grinding is going to want to put his foot down now. Obviously he wants to avoid the penalties, but see, yeah. So there's not really any battles at the minute. There's a load of gaps. James Ney is closing that gap to Genserino again, so hopefully we'll see that battle unfold on track again. Genserino is closing that gap now slowly on Team Red. Obviously the 2 seconds. So yeah, how's everyone in the chat's week going? Huh? Is there anyone still in chat? Yeah, there is. Still people watching. How's your week going? Flames isn't closing that gap as much as I thought he would, you know. I think he might have made a mistake somewhere. Vader's got himself a 3-second time penalty. James Ney is now 3.6 behind Genserino. That gap
not
is
bad in France,
again.
eating croissants and that.
In France, eating croissants. Fancy. How's their croissants compared to ours? They better? Make us all chat. We'll keep an eye on the action. We can walk through the championship and all that. Anybody want to leave the requests or what cars they want to drive next season? You know, leave them in the comments. And we won't listen to them. We'll go to the random wheel again and announce them.
Much better. How has your week been, mate?
Oh, I am I want to try some French croissants now. My week's been alright. You know, felt like I am on a Monday because I had my heart monitor thing in, so I had wires all over my chest and shit, so it looked pretty cool. I work Tuesday, standard, boring. Flames Assassin's got past always grinding just coming out of the pit. Flames Assassin still has to pit, but Flames Assassin does have the lead temporarily. Genserino with a penalty as well. He's just got that. I didn't realise. Always grinding with a room to just weave on the straight though, just to get some temperature into the tyres and get up to speed a little bit quicker. Not a bad move. It's a shame we don't have Neil Moser here to tell us what the weather's looking like, because it's looking pretty grey up in the skies. Could be wetter than a wet windy night in Stoke at the minute if it does come down. We know what Spa's like. They don't like to race at Spa when it's wet. We'll have to call off the race. If it does start to rain, we'll keep an eye on that. They ain't got Welsh cakes though, do they? The French do not have said Welsh cakes. James Ney, the English, James Ney is now within the second of Genserino. This battle is about to reignite. It's going to give us something to talk about. As long as James Ney doesn't spin, I thought he was going to spin his car, looking very, very responsive on the front end through Pouon. This battle is about to start again, and that could be interesting. So yeah, if you guys are interested in joining the league and helping Tier 2 get more than 10 drivers a week, which we've had for the last 2 weeks, join our Discord. It's in the About section of our YouTube channel page. Some stuff has been said in the Discord. Just keep an eye on that gap. I've just been called a boiled egg. Fantastic stuff. I wish I didn't look at Discord now. But now with James gonna have the DRS after Eau Rouge coming up the Camel Straight, is he gonna be able to make that move that he's been waiting to make all race? And since he spun, that's gonna be close, but I don't think he's close enough yet to make that move. He's gonna just try focus on his exits and try and get as many positions as possible. CDM only now leaving. He DNF'd near the start of the race. Maybe he's giving some tips to his teammate up in first, as he's got Flames Assassin, who is 10 seconds behind second place at the minute. 10 laps to go. Can always grind and keep that lead. Team Red is down to 5 seconds. Look how responsive that Aston Martin is through Pouon. He's made the move through Pouon. James Ney up to P4. That was a great move on the inside through there. Very difficult to make a move stick through there. And James Ney has just done that and moved himself up to P4. Don't forget as well, these guys still got a pit. All three of them do. Mosh, Genserino and James Ney. Mosh just 13 seconds behind this battle at the current time. Is that a sign of Genserino slowly fading, and this is going to cement him where he is? Because James Ney is now 7/10 ahead as they come into the bus stop chicane. Not the best entry to it, but he gained on them, so maybe I'm just chatting poo at the minute. So now that's James. Clear the DRS. Genserino just can't seem to get the exit that he wants to put him back in contention for the DRS, so he's got to go at the Camel Straight now without the DRS, but so does James. James's battery looking pretty decent at the minute, so is Genserino's, both half full or thereabout. And well, these two still fighting it out. These two have made this race interesting. The rest of the field has been pretty separated. Flames Assassin is now 8 seconds behind Team Red though, so he is closing. And Team Red's just fallen back to 6 seconds from Always Grinding. Always Grinding could be on for a win here. I don't want to give it the commentator's curse or anything, and if I just have, I'm sorry. But he's looking pretty decent for the win. Obviously, once Flames has just got...
A shame Caesar crotched. This race isn't over. James could fall in a bucket of dog shit and come out smelling of roses.
You got a point there, Jack. Got a point. He could. We know what James is like, and he's increased the gap he's got on Genserino to 1.5. He's got Flames Assassin ahead, 12 seconds, and he could close that gap. He is on the old tyres. He does need a pit, though, remember. It's going to be interesting to see if these drivers can go long enough to go onto the soft set, which I don't think will be optimal. But I can't say it's not impossible. You know what I mean? It could happen. But there's Flames Assassin now just in the Red Bull. Just looking pretty content in P3. Closing the gap slightly every lap. 6 seconds between the front three. Team Red just within that 5 seconds.
Fourth and fastest lap for James if he goes onto softs.
I mean, it's not a bad amount of points if he does. What is it? 13 points including that fastest lap point. So it's possible. Who currently is holding the fastest lap? Currently it's Flames Assassin with a 1:47. So on an empty-ish tank near the end of the race, it is possible that James Ney could go on and set that fastest lap. Could be like a 1:46 or a 1:45. Not impossible. Even on one tyres near the end, you could set a 1:45. So we've only got a few laps left of what hasn't been the best race that we've witnessed this season. Definitely hasn't been the worst, mind, but again, 3 DNFs isn't great, especially when there's only 10 drivers. There's left 7 on the field, and the gap between each of them is just massive at the minute, as we've got Genserino now diving into the pits. He's got 7 laps to go, and the game says the lifespan of these softs are 6. Excuse me. So it's going to be interesting. He is going for the mediums, not the softs. But if James can stay out 2 more laps, then he can go on the softs. So let's just see what happens as Mosh gets past. Obviously we can watch Genserino make some overtakes now if Mosh wants to slow down a bit. So only got that 1 to make, but the gap now between Flames and Team Red is now 5.5 seconds, which is good for entertainment value. Always Grinding to see that as well, and he might be feeling the pressure a little bit as Team Red now 4.8. Gap is closing slightly. Always Grinding's lead is getting smaller and smaller each lap. But we got Genserino on the medium tyres now, still trying to heat them up. They're probably just about getting into the temperature window for him to go fast enough. As he comes through P1, we're going to see how much the gap closes on the better tyre with a more grip. It didn't much. Maybe his tyres are still a bit cold. But Team Red now 4.4. Always Grinding, just slow it down a bit each lap. I don't know if he's making mistakes, knowing that he's got a good chance at the win. Maybe there is rain coming, that's why Mosh has opted to stay on the hards for this long. And so is James. We could see raindrops soon. It is the sort of weather conditions for it. I think we gotta send Always Grinding a French croissant if he wins this race. But obviously Flames pitted for the slick tyres. So did Always Grind, and he can still keep the lead. Obviously, all these drivers will have to pit again if it gets wet enough for Inters. But the last time it rained near the end at Spa, I got caught out. I pitted for Inters, and it wasn't wet enough for them until lap 21. No, lap 22, as halfway through lap 22. Which was obviously the final lap. It was difficult, but we don't know what could happen. Genserino is closing on Mosh. Mosh probably going to pit this lap, and James Ney. I still don't know if we're expecting rain or not. It does look pretty miserable, but I don't think rain is going to come. And if it does, I'll eat my words, and I'll stream the next race from the beach. Just for the bounce. So Flames Assassin and Team Red, 3 seconds between them, and Always Grinding 3 seconds. Team Red's left the session. He's had a disconnection issue. That's going to be really unfortunate for Team Red. That's going to slow him down a bit. That's going to allow Flames Assassin to probably get past, as we see James Lee now entering the pit. Has he got enough of a gap to Mosh and Genserino to come out in front? I don't think he does, but I think
Spot is lethal in the wet.
But he did listen to me as well. He knows I know my stuff. He's gone on the soft tyres, and I do have to agree with you there, Fudge. Spot is lethal in the wet. Team Red has drained back, so he hasn't lost too much time. He did lose a bit of time actually. Flames Assassin now 1.3 behind. That's going to leave him a little bit vulnerable and very unfortunate for him. But James Ney did come out in front of Mosh and Genserino. As Genserino goes and gets himself a 3-second time penalty for track limits. Mosh has to enter the pit soon. Expect the James Ney fastest lap incoming now. As said in chat, it's not impossible. And Flames Assassin just trying to make a move on Team Red, but can't make it stick. Did I see raindrops? Was I imagining it? I was imagining it, but he's going for the outside line down the straight. Just can't get past Team Red here. And Team Red just running a little bit less downforce, I think, than he is. He's trying to go for. There's a little bit of contact between the two as Flames Assassin opted to try and go for the inside. He's got the outside for the exit of the last corner, and he has made a move past Team Red. Team Red will have the DRS though down the Camel Straight. If he could just get these two corners right, the gap is 6.4 to Always Grinding. Always Grinding is still leading. Only a couple of laps left to go as well. Can he keep his head cool and just finish this race? Team Red is falling back, but does have DRS. So how much can he close on Flames Assassin? Flames Assassin going right to the edge of the track on the right hand side to try and break the toe. He's come back in. Obviously this corner he can break very late. Team Red not nearly enough of a gap closed. Team Red just runs off. He lost the rear end coming out of there, and that is unfortunate. But let's give Team Red an absolute. Team Red, we're still on for a podium here. A couple laps to go. I don't think James can close 37 seconds in how many laps it is left to the end. Now, Always Grinding knows how fast Flames was in qualifying, and we've just missed that one. Mosh just flying past. No, Genserino flying past Mosh down the Camel Straight with the DRS to assist him. Makes the move done easy. Right at the end of the straight as well, but he got it done. But as I was saying, that gap now between Always Grinding and Flames is going down. Always Grinding knows how quick Flames was in qualifying. He's going to be like it again here. Obviously a little bit slower due to the tyres and the weight of the cars with the fuel on board. But that gap is closing. And Always Grinding is still in the lead. P4 now. Gap's now 4 seconds, 4.8, sorry. As we see the Alpine twitching a lot through a Rouge. Doesn't look like a very stable setup. But Mosh and Genserino are still fighting. Oh, obviously no DRS down this straight. Imagine how lethal this straight would be if there was DRS. Especially with the that fast left-hander. The car's just gonna be so unbalanced through there. It's gonna probably gonna die if you go through there with DRS, to be honest, because you'd be lacking so much little downforce compared to when the wing is shut. Little science lesson there for you guys. Yes, I am just chatting a load of bollocks just to fill in the void of me not speaking. I'll have a quick sip of my drink. But James Nade did just set the fastest lap as well. We didn't miss that. Gap's now 4.5 to always grinding. Team Red just got a 3-second time penalty for track limits, I'm assuming that is. But all eyes are currently on Flames. Yeah, James Nay's just pretty much cemented himself in P4 now. He's just gonna keep it clean and just not have any incidents in the next 2 laps to bring the car home in P4 for Aston Martin. It's a decent amount of points, extends his championship lead again. Well, you can't really complain with that. But always grinding. 2 laps remaining, 4.3 seconds. And he's out of battery, so he is pushing to try and keep that Red Bull behind. That Red Bull also looking very low on his battery, so he's been using that battery to try and keep up. And you can see that Alpine in the distance. He's gonna give him motivation. Gap 3.7 now. Is he gonna be able to make the move? Are we gonna see a photo finish between the two? Now, if we did, that would be a great finish to this race. Obviously, our numbers are a little bit short recently. Obviously, all drivers got stuff going on in real life. They can't make the races, which is fine. But we are missing a few after certain reasons for leaving. Either they left or not allowed back for certain reasons. We haven't had that in tier 2, we've had it in tier 1. But the gap is now 2.6, so that Red Bull is currently flying. And looks like Team Red just can't keep up with him. He's fallen back massively now. So it looks like this is... I don't want to say it, because Always Grinding's got one more lap that he's got to do after this one. And that Red Bull is now 2.4 seconds behind. It's going to be close. Always Grinding's going to be sweating in his home in America as the driver from Pakistan is closing at an enormous rate. Currently 2.5. .4 now. Obviously they're on the same tyre. We got equal cars as well. The only difference is their setups and some differences in downforce levels and stuff on different cars. But the engine is the same. Obviously they got different sounds, but performance wise it's the same. Gap's now literally Always Grinding is in trouble. Is he gonna finish this race ahead, or is Flames Assassin gonna close that gap. 1.5 to close. As Always Grinding comes into the bus stop chicane for the final, not for the penultimate time. Sorry, not the final. This race. Rain was not on the cards for this race, but Flames Assassin is possible. He can make an overtake. It's not impossible to close a second in the lap. Obviously, you can see him taking a better line through turn 1. He's closed a little bit more, but he's just losing it on the straights by the looks of it. No? I don't know. The Flames Assassin's got himself a 3-second time penalty. So even if he overtakes Always Grinding just needs to stay 3 seconds, which is doable. I don't want to say it, but Always Grinding could win this race right now. Obviously, nothing else on the field is happening. It's going to be a very, very short highlight video for you guys on the weekend. But as we come in within a second, Always Grinding retaining the lead. A couple of corners to negotiate with that Red Bull. Now within 4/10. He knows he has to stay within 3 seconds, but he knows that Red Bull he's okay if that Red Bull passes him. The Red Bull looks to make a move. There's not much point in really fighting it. He's not going to get 3 seconds in the next couple of corners, but that Red Bull does want to get past, and is trying his hardest to get past. As we come onto the final straight, the two make contact a little bit, but not too badly. As Always Grinding fighting his position enormously still, and Flames Assassin just gets past, but it's too little too late for Flames Assassin. As we come into the bus stop chicane for the final time for these drivers, Flames Assassin will cross the line in P1, but Always Grinding will get his first win in OBF1 entirely due to that 3-second time penalty. Congratulations to Always Grinding. That was an enormous race for Always Grinding and Alpine. Obviously, that incident right at the start of the race really set the course for Always Grinding to go on and finish this race, and he's kept his head cool. And Flames Assassin falling at the final margin, getting a 3-second time penalty for track limits on the last lap. He would have made that overtake and won the race if he didn't get that 3 seconds. But unfortunately for him, it was 3 seconds. And the rest of the guys are going to come home across the line now. That's James Nay finishing the race in P4. As we got Genserino coming through the bus stop chicane for the final time, crossing the line in P5. We got the same for Mosh coming across the line now in P6. And Invader across the line. That is it for OBF1 Tier 2 round 14. I don't think Tier 1 will be streamed, sadly, as we don't have a commentator for it. I race in Tier 1, so I can't exactly do the comms while racing, because I can't see exactly what's going on. But that was not one of the best races we've seen. We've definitely seen better. But it was an entertaining one nonetheless, with an exciting ending. Congratulations to Always Grinding for getting his first victory in OBF1, not just this season, but since he's joined. I bet he's going to be loving that one and celebrating that one thoroughly. James Nay did manage to get the fastest lap, just like Sen asked him to, or said he would. So he's going to get that extra point. For the Dutch Grand Prix. So I'll see you guys then.